Hi guys! Here's how the new crafting system will work. In this guide we'll show you how to equip weapons and armor and explain what it's all about. Well, as you already know, all PANZAR items can be produced from resources received after each battle. So let's head to the Forge tab and see how things work there. The Forge is divided into 3 workshops. These are the Blacksmith's Workshop, the Alchemist's Workshop, and the Resources Workshop. As you can see, their names are pretty self-explanatory. In the Blacksmith Workshop, you can craft weapons and armor. In the Alchemist Workshop, you can craft different expendables, such as elixirs, amulets, and runes. In the Resources Workshop, you can craft second-level resources. Let's try craft something for our berserk here. For example, the Nomad Sash. We can make it in the Blacksmith's Workshop. Remember that your chances of success creating any item are always 100%. But the process can take more or less time depending on the item's difficulty and the blacksmith's art ability level. As you can see, the workshop's divided into 2 windows. The first one is the item crafting window. Here you can see how the crafting is going, add necessary resources, and stop the process if needs be. Remember, you can only start and follow one crafting process at a time. The second window is the so-called recipe book, in which you can find the recipes for all the weapons and armor in the game. Let's get started. First of all, we need to locate the Nomad Sash recipe in the game's recipe book. There's a scale on there which shows how much time is required to complete the crafting process. There's also a cursor on the scale which shows the resources available for crafting. In the item crafting window, we can see the list of necessary resources. Well, some of them are in short supply and some are completely absent. But the craft button is still active because we can start the process even if we don't have all the necessary resources in our inventory. So you can launch it and add them as you go along. Once we click there, the necessary resources are stowed away and added to the recipe, and the craft button turns into the stop button. Now let's have a look at the progress bar. Dark blue stands for the amount of necessary resources already added to the recipe, and the light blue shows how much time has gone by since the crafting started. Move your mouse over the progress bar, it will give you the detailed description of the process in a tooltip. And on the resource panel of the recipe, you can see what resources are needed to complete the craft. Let's fight a few more battles and earn the missing resources. Don't worry, you're not stuck at the blacksmith's workshop during the whole production process. Instead, you can go bash some skulls in for loot and glory. The crafting will go on without you. Seems like we've brought back a lot of booty from the battlefield and now we can get the process going again. As soon as the necessary resources appear in your inventory, the Add button appears in the Blacksmith Workshop. With the help of this button, you can add resources to the crafting process without stopping it. We've added resources to the recipe, but some are still missing. There's not enough iron ore. Of course, we can go and fight and find some, but that could take a while, and there are other more civilized ways to obtain what we actually need. All you have to do, for example, is exchange one type of resource for another. Just press the exchange button under the iron ore icon. Now we're in the resource exchange window. Let's barter some copper ore for the iron ore we need. First of all, we need to choose how much copper ore we're willing to give away under the copper ore icon. See? Here we can check just how much we've got in our inventory. Don't forget to check out the exchange rate on there too. So we barter 9 copper ore for 3 iron ore. Now we've got just the right amount of iron ore and it's time to craft some tannage resources. There's nothing difficult about it, just press the craft button under the tannage icon and return to the recipe. Let's create 2 more tannage resources and go back to the Nomad Sash recipe with the help of the back button. As you can see, there's nothing more hindering us from finishing the item. Click the Add button and wait for the process to be completed. If you just can't wait, or are desperate to spill some blood in your brand new sash, but you're missing the resources, you can skip all of this. Just click the Buy for Crystals button and get the item immediately. Well, now the creation process is over and we can use the item. Items that are of no use to you anymore, and as you level up there'll be a lot of them, you can strip them down for resources which can then be used to craft new items. To start the process, just move the item over any part of the blacksmith workshop window. We'll do it now with the shepherd's wraps from our orc's inventory. Watch out, when you try to move an item, there'll be a special sign telling you if you can disassemble this item or not. Here in the information window, you can see how much and which resources you can get if you decide to strip it down for parts. If that's fine with you, just click OK and sacrifice the item, just like we're going to do with the shepherd's wraps. Right, that's done. The item's broken and gone forever, but we stocked up on some resources which will definitely be put to good use making better items very soon. That was our new crafting system guide. We hope you'll be putting this precious knowledge to good use. If something's not clear and you've checked the guide again, then head to our forums with your questions and suggestions. Thanks a lot for your attention. We'll see you in the game.